is my tribute to Mr. Vijay. First of all, I would like to say I hope his soul rests in peace, and I know that he is in a better place now. So what I would like to talk about is fondest memory with him. The one thing I remember the most, and the one thing that I will still remember until forever, is time he brought us up to the hill during a morning class because he knew we were stressed, and he brought us up to take a break from everything and to start the day right. And I remember him standing at the side watching all of us and walking up the hill with all of us, just making jokes with us and giving us advice and laughing with us. It was a very great memory, and I'm really happy that I got to share that with my fellow classmates and him as well. Besides just that, he is a great teacher. He always makes sure his class is fun, makes sure his class is interactive, and he never gives us a dull moment. After class is done, he would always tell us stories. We will always sit down and listen to him as if he was our own grandfather telling us stories. And outside of class, he would always be really supportive and making sure that you know you're in the right place and you feel confident about whatever you choose to do. And I remember him wishing our batch the best of luck as we graduated. It's just hard to know that now whenever I go back, he won't be there anymore, but I know that he's in a better place. The memories of him will always remain. He is a great man, and the one thing that I hope everyone remembers him by, and I'm sure everyone can agree, is his smile and his positive nature, because every single time he walks into a room, he always carries a smile with him, and that is the most signature Mr. Vijay thing ever. So yeah, I hope his soul rests in peace.
Mr. Vijay was my teacher when I was in year 8 and in year 9, and he was one of the most caring teachers. Whenever we walked by or whenever we were just sitting down and passed by him, he'd always ask us how we were doing, how we were feeling, and really just care about our mental health to make sure that the work wasn't stressing us out. And I was in Vikings, and he was a teacher for Vikings for a few years, and every time before a race he'd be so encouraging, and just overall he was a very motivating and sweet teacher. And every time he gave us work or a group project, he'd make sure that was something we'd enjoy and like, such as the World War II history book project in year 9. And he was one of the best teachers that we had, and I'm really gonna miss him.
Mr. Vijay was one of those teachers that you would just never forget no matter how much you grow up. He had such an amazing way with connecting with each and every one of his students, and it's more than just trying to make sure they understood what he was teaching, but it was also just generally just checking up on their well-being and seeing if everyone was doing okay. History was not my favorite subject growing up, but I remember that the learning experience that he gave us was so fun and unique that I actually looked forward to his classes every day. I know that the rest of my class felt the exact same way I did, and that's how I know that Mr. Vijay will be very, very much missed by everyone around him and everyone that he taught. He was a blessing to this world, and I don't think I'll ever forget him.
So this video is for Mr. Vijay, and I wrote a little something. Mr. Vijay, this is from a long while back, but just as I was coming to secondary school, I talked to you for the first time in the staff room, and you told me that you heard good things about me and said that you look forward to being my teacher. The interaction was probably less than 40 seconds, but it lasted me forever. And your kindness has always had that effect on everyone. Thank you for always trying your best to show up for your students, and in turn making us want to be better for ourselves. I really love you, and I thank you for everything that you've done.